If you watch the collapse of a dam in movies, you certainly can tell how breathtaking it is. However, you just might not have an idea of the level of danger that's really associated with it. The reason for this is quite obvious. You cannot compare events in a movie to happenings in real life. Dams are a product of extreme technology, so the average person may not expect them to collapse. Well, regardless of what you think, dams do collapse, and their collapse can be really graphic. You can only hope to be far away from the site of a dam collapse, as this event can be very disastrous, both for those on site and people around the locality. Over the years, lots of dams have collapsed. However, only a handful of them have been caught collapsing on camera. So if you've never witnessed a dam collapse, you don't have to wait until you see one physically. You can simply watch the collapse of some dams caught on camera. This might not seem like much if you've witnessed serious disasters. On the other hand, if you haven't, it is something you might want to watch. That being said, brace up as we walk you through some of the mind-blowing dam collapses caught on camera.
If you like these videos and want to see more, make sure you leave us a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications to be the first to watch all our new and exciting videos.
Sayano-Shisheskaya Power Station Accident. There was a major catastrophe in Russia on the 17th of August 2009. This incident happened in Russia at the Sayano-Shisheskaya Power Station. This power station close to Sayanogorsk led to the death of 75 people and the absolute flooding of a building. During this incident, a part of the turbine hall's roof collapsed. Out of the 10 turbines at this power station, 9 collapsed. The collapse of this facility led to the loss of 6,400 MW, which brought about the loss of power supply. Although this incident was a major one and was only completely repaired after 5 years at the cost of $100 million, it happened on a day that everything seemed perfect. Just 21 minutes after workers resumed for the day, there was a major explosion. This led to the collapse of the dam, and the rest, they say, is history. A critical part of the dam failed, and a huge volume of water made its way out of the turbine cavity. It moved with so much pressure and flooded the building in a very short time. After the flooding of the building, the parking lot was next. The gates were not closed, and the water moved without resistance. While it moved, the water attracted 40 tons of machine oil. The Chinese hydroelectric plant Three Gorges Dam. This dam is a product of extreme engineering and is the biggest power generating plant on the face of the earth. It keeps 39.3 square kilometers of water in check. Additionally, it is 2,335 kilometers long and has a height of 185 meters. Although built by one of the best hands in the Chinese engineering sector, this facility could not last the test of time, or more aptly, the test of the waters. It needed just 2 months of heavy and constant rainfall to get 167.65 meters against its holding capacity of 175 meters. This looks normal on paper. However, it was enough pressure to damage a dam built by the best engineers in the world. This dam was already badly hit, so to keep it in good shape, the Chinese government attempted to release some of the water. Due to this, the government opened 11 outlets of this dam, which was meant to release 49 million tons of water. This truly seemed like a good solution. Unfortunately, it was not meant to do much. Before its collapse, this facility functioned as a reservoir of water for the irrigation of an arid area. Also, it housed 900 million tons of water. Although it looked like a structure in good shape, it was not perfect as its construction was below standard. The firm in charge of its construction spent just over half the budget made for the materials. So if you've guessed, it was built from substandard materials, and a disaster was bound to happen at some point. On the 1st of May 2020, the lower part of this dam was destroyed by strong winds. This incident led to the collapse of the dam and the release of the water and giant catfish into the environment. The overflow of Lake Progenica. This beautiful island of Puerto Rico is home to 38 dams. Beyond just having a good number of dams, these dams are classified as dams with high hazard potentials. While this might seem like nothing on a regular day, in critical situations it means a lot. Since the dams in Puerto Rico have high hazard potentials, it was only a matter of time for something unfortunate to happen, and all it was Hurricane Maria. With Hurricane Maria came a dam failure. This incident led to an overflow of Lake Progenica, and there was a crack in the dam. Although the crack in the dam was bad, even worse is the fact that it affected more than 70,000 residents of the neighborhood. These residents were simply told to run for their lives. Beyond wreaking havoc on the dam, the water got into the local community. Although the dam was not completely destroyed, it never remained the same. The dam in Mariana. On the 15th of November 2015, the Brazilian town of Mariana experienced a dam failure. This dam was responsible for storing waste from the mining industry, so you can imagine what happened when it failed. Its failure released dangerous waste into the environment, which made its way into the Atlantic Ocean over a period of 17 days. Additionally, the mining firm in charge of this dam had to pay a fine of $4.8 billion. This did not involve the amount they paid as compensation to victims of this flooding. Michigan Hydroelectric Power Plant. On the 24th of May, a new lake was suddenly spotted in Michigan just after two dams located in Michigan Hydroelectric Power Plant failed. This failure can be linked to heavy rains, which caused water to rise critically. After the rise of the water, employees at the dam made attempts to release some of the water. However, the extremely strong pressure of the water led to the collapse of the dam. The collapse of the dam led to a massive flood that affected fields, forests, and even destroyed a bridge. Michigan has seen terrible floods. However, this flood remains the worst this state has witnessed. Hopefully, it'll stay this way for a very long time. Dam in a small Russian town. Picture yourself relaxing with your family one evening and suddenly your entire home is flooded. This might be difficult to imagine if you've not had given time to your imaginative ability. However, the same cannot be said for people that have very vivid imaginations. Well, if you lived at the time a dam collapsed and flooded the environment, you will not need to put your imagination to work. In Rusep, a town in Russia, a dam close to the town burst. While this dam was not supposed to burst, it just couldn't hold the flow of water that came after 7 days of rainfall, and this quantity of rain was what was expected to take place in some months. So, as you would expect, the entire state was not prepared to handle such a quantity of rainfall in such a short time. This led to the overflow of a river as trash-clogged pipes did not allow the free movement of water. Brumadinho Dam. A dam in Brumadinho was made from sludge. While a dam is a dam and is expected to do a lot of dirty work, sludge is very readily available and cheap. So you shouldn't be surprised if a dam made from such material does not stand the test of time. This dam was built to handle several tons of industrial waste and it did its job. However, it didn't stand the test of time. So how did this happen? Remember, sludge is cheap and cannot be trusted to handle extreme pressure. This material came in contact with moisture. It got brittle and on the 5th of January 2019 marked its end. The collapse of this dam brought about the release of enough waste to fill more than 4,500 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The Columbia Hydroelectric Project. While looking to build a massive hydroelectric project in Colombia, engineers considered the redirection of a major river route. The excess water needed to go through several underground tunnels before making it to already constructed channels. This seems perfect, but remember, things don't go according to plan always, and just like the other failed plans, the plan for redirecting the flow of a river failed. There was a landslide, which was, of course, unexpected. This landslide led to the blockage of one of the tunnels, the third largest actually. Workers made attempts to clear this blockage, however, all attempts were futile. The water needed a place to go, so it made a way for itself by creating a hole through the blockage. The water moved with so much force as it took the construction equipment out of the way and caused a nearby town to get flooded in a matter of minutes. Oroville Dam. On the 7th of February 2017, there was a massive hole on the spillway of the Oroville Dam. The firm in charge of the dam tried to cut costs on construction and saved a whopping $100 million. This seemed like a great economic decision. However, it came with grave consequences. While the cut down of cost could easily have passed for a way to save money for more investments, this wasn't the case. Apparently, some of the biggest staff of the firm were interested in getting some Lamborghinis. After the fall of heavy rains, the reservoir overflowed greatly, and all workers needed to do was open up the dam to avoid a bridge. In a second, this dam dealt with 2,800 cubic feet of water. In a few days, this flood brought about a loss of $1 billion. While the issue of the collapse of this dam is regarded as old news by lots of people, not many people are aware of the exact cause of the collapse of this dam. Texan Dam Collapse. This dam in Texas is next on the list of dams that have collapsed on camera. However, unlike the other dams, it served almost a century. The water created a hole in the dam structure, which led to the buckling and crumbling of the wall, which caused massive damage